Okay, it's 10:30. Let's begin. Um, has anyone been watching the Olympics? Diane, a little bit. Anyone else?
I
Anastasia?
saw I saw some parts of the opening ceremony, but not the sports part. I'm more interested in the other stuff.
Diane, what were you watching? What sport?
I was at the gym and I saw a little bit of volleyball, beach volleyball, and I saw a little bit of swimming just like in the background.
Anastasia, what were you watching? Swimming. Cool.
Celine Dion though on the Eiffel Tower. Anyone?
That's something different. I wanted to show something from the Olympics. You gonna be able to see it? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I love that final image. Oh, where he's just kind of flying. Um, but I was thinking like there was a teacher named Venerable Marut Lama Marut, and he was talking about the Olympics once, and it kind of ruined the Olympics for me in a way. He's like, how long does it take to be able to do that? I'm watching Simone Biles doing gymnastics, and what she does is unreal. Like on a little balance beam and doing backflips and cartwheels and, you know, flipping dismounts, and the amount of training to do that is unreal. And oh my God, Maya Stack, fresh out of retreat. Everyone give Maya a little bit of love. 10 days out of retreat. So good to see you. Um, we're talking about the Olympics, of course, here in meditation. And he was like, what a waste of time. you know, these athletes that have put in a lifetime of effort to be able to do that. He was like, what a waste. Because it all just kind of falls apart and is left in meaninglessness. Um, I don't quite agree with that. I understand the point, but it makes me realize like what we're trying to do in meditation is to be the that of meditation, right? We're trying to be that good at something that takes a lot of training. And to think we'll be getting to shamatha without kind of reorganizing our life is a little bit optimistic. I think there's some people that come into this life with that capacity. I know some people that, sat down on a cushion and very, very quickly had profound realizations, deep meditation. And, those people tend to be lousy teachers because they're just like, well, you just sit down and close your eyes and what's the problem? You know? But I was reading a book by the guy's name I can never remember. Alan Wallace, famous meditation teacher. And he's like, to get to level 4, you need to change your life and make meditation the focus. And I was like, and that was level 4. I was like, wow. So he wrote a book on the 9 stages also. And he's like, getting to level 4 means you have to make that, I think he said, the priority in your life. It was really extreme. Um, but I think that there's some truth to that. Like, how important is, if we look at what's important, I was involved in a lot of sports and I got a lot of great things out of it. Discipline, mentorship, community, pushing ourselves to excel in something. I think there's tons of value, but Venerable Marut's lesson was, maybe we should be putting our effort into something that is a little more profound. And to think that we'll attain deep states of meditation by being a casual is optimistic. And, so here we are putting in the effort, in my community, it's the people here that, I see in classes over and over and are doing the work. And I know some of the people that I've been meditating with for a couple of years now are progressing. And that's encouraging. But I think there's a lot of benefits from inconsistently meditating. Like, I do believe that we get control of our mind. I think we get a skill that we can use to deal with anxiety. I think there's a lot of benefits from being an inconsistent meditator. To be a really good meditator, I don't think many people can do that and be inconsistent in their practice. I think that if we looked at it as, I need to be an Olympic athlete to really be successful, which means, for me in my life, it has meant going to bed earlier, which means letting go of some friendships or some activities. It means trying to have a proper diet, having the exercise that supports my meditation, my mind. It meant stopping drinking and doing drugs. It meant prioritizing doing retreat. Which meant, prioritizing meditation over some jobs. My meditation career has taken priority over my financial career, and that's okay. So, I've been watching a little bit of highlights from Olympics, and I'm so inspired by that, and to take that inspiration and to apply it, like, well, what do I want to get good at? What's the thing that I want to get good at? And one of those things is this. So I need to like Alan Wallace said, give it the priority that is going to allow me to be successful. Yeah. And not be a casual. Okay? It's okay to be a casual. There'll be benefits. But if I want to fly like that surfer, I don't, my experience unfortunately is that being a casual doesn't work. Okay, so here we are. Let's do the thing we're doing. Stretch, wake up the mind, or don't, ground. Have a last sip of liquid inspiration. A friend of mine, Michael Johnson, teaches moving the spine in 3 different directions. So side to side, and then front to back, and then spiraling up, and then spiraling down. And it's great for the spine, but I also find it's great for me sometimes to get rid of any, like, I'm fidgety, and it gets rid of that fidget. And then through that movement, I can find stillness. And when there's that stillness, maybe there's that sensation of breath becomes more present. In silence, the things we can hear increase. In silence, the thoughts in our mind maybe become more apparent. And that gives us the space to uh, exert some control over our thoughts. Find that object, the sensation of breath. Hold that sensation as the anchor, and we'll count 10 breath cycles. Check in with the mind. What were the common distractions in those 10 breaths? They'll probably be the ones that are persistent. So we can label them: thinking, planning, and then consciously, purposefully put it aside. Those main distractions. I'm not going to think about you for the next 15, 20 minutes. It's like maybe like a wall goes up in front and in behind. Like the past and the future, that's not allowed. Just the present moment. That's all I'm interested in. Drop the counting. And what's left is the sensation of breath. Follow that sensation through the beginning, middle, end of the exhale, the pause, the beginning, middle, end of the inhale, the pause. Being aware of at least those moments. Check the mind. Are you getting sleepy? If that mental energy is decreasing, you need to apply an antidote. It might be opening the eyes for 5 seconds, might just be trying to add a little intensity to the focus, but has to be something to counter that sleepiness. Will become a habit. The mind stabilizes a bit. Try to fill in the gaps between beginning and middle and end. With like excitement and intrigue. Like, I don't want to miss a single moment. Like, I'm an Olympic athlete of the mind. I'm not missing a moment of the breath. Instead of thinking of the pause between exhale and inhale, try to think of it as a transition between exhale and inhale. So instead of trying to notice a pause, try to bring your awareness to that transition. And by doing that, see if there's a difference between the transition between exhale and inhale and exhale. And we'll meditate in silence for the next 7 minutes. There's 3 more minutes left. Be a athlete about it. Practice with diligence for the last 3 minutes. take a moment to reflect. Was there something to want to write about after, or like to carry forward into the next session that I don't want to forget? And then take a moment to think of how you want to transition from the meditation session back out into the world. And when you're ready, come back into the world. All you Olympic athletes of the mind. It's beautiful to have 10 minutes. We get to hang out and share experiences and ask questions. So let's do that. How did it go? What came up?